Hi, I'm Carl Ross with Web Media Parkway, and today I've got the great pleasure to be talking to you all about YouTube and specifically about how your business can leverage this popular social media platform to build your business. Now, I have personal experience with YouTube, so the stuff that I'll be sharing with you today is not theory, but it's coming from actual experience, real world experience. I've used YouTube personally to generate several $1 million worth of revenue for our business because of this great and amazing platform. We've done the same thing for our clients as well. We've used YouTube to drive millions of visitors, traffic to our websites. We've built email lists in the millions, and it didn't cost us a dime from this platform. And you'll see why that's possible for your business. And I think once you watched this training, a lot of the stuff that you'll see are things that you can do to start benefiting from and leveraging this amazing platform help to help establish authority, to establish credibility, to create a massive following of users, and to get a massive flow of traffic, qualified, targeted prospects visiting your website properties as well. So we got a lot of stuff to cover today, and without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, exactly what is YouTube? And I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So I kind of put together a definition just so that I can understand that we're all thinking the same thing. So here's the one that I come up with. YouTube marketing is a subset of social media marketing that uses video content to promote a business and its products and services, as well as add value and entertain and educate users. Now, hopefully, that's simple enough that we can all agree to it for the purposes of this presentation here. I always like to try and address the who cares question up front. Now, if you registered for this webinar, chances are good that you have some idea of YouTube's potential to help your business. But, maybe there are some skeptics that are watching this presentation here that still need a little convincing. And the stats on this slide hopefully should help you. As you can see, everyone is on YouTube at some point or other. And usage of this platform continues to go up year over year. And in fact, look at the growth of YouTube versus that of television viewing, and online video is absolutely exploding in popularity. And you can be sure that YouTube has its competitive eyes on the major television networks and even the movie studios. So here's a great illustration of the popularity of YouTube. And these stats here are pretty old. I didn't get a chance to update it. But 48 hours of videos are being uploaded every single minute to YouTube. Now, these numbers are from 2011. That number is actually higher. The number is now 300 hours of new videos are being uploaded to YouTube. Now, this is just from 2011 to 2014, right? It just, I don't have 2015 stats yet, but 48 hours in 2011, 300 hours of new video is being uploaded every minute to YouTube. So now there are 4 billion. I know this says 3 billion, but now there are 4 billion YouTube views each day. 6 billion, this is B with a boy, 6 billion hours of video watched per month on YouTube. 6 billion hours of video is being watched each and every month on YouTube. And what's more, YouTube is the third most visited website on the internet. And it's also the second most popular search engine on the planet, ahead of both Yahoo and Bing, and that's according to data from ComScore. And we'll talk about this search engine aspect later on. A lot of people are not familiar or don't think that YouTube is a search engine, but it's the second most visited, most used search engine in the world. Now, the other thing that many people don't know about YouTube is that it's a huge social network. And that network is growing social more. It's growing more social every day as video becomes more at the center of people's internet experience. This screen here is a screenshot of YouTube trying to make a bunch of connections with other YouTube users for this particular account. They really want people to connect on YouTube. The YouTube service the service itself. They want users to connect. They want to encourage engagement. And so there are a lot of social tools and features already built into YouTube's platform. Now, the foundation of YouTube's popularity is the fact that video in general is engaging, plain and simple. Now, for most people, it's much more engaging than reading. But YouTube in particular has some really cool features that have made it increasingly popular versus the competition. First of all, hosting and distribution on YouTube is free. How else can you reach this many people with your content without spending any money? I mean, this means that you can save bandwidth costs by hosting videos on YouTube's platform, which in itself can be a huge savings. Trying to host video on your website for many folks is going to be a complete disaster. It's going to cost you a ton of money to host video on your own. It's going to slow down your website. It's going to suck up bandwidth costs, and it's going to the costs are just going to spiral out of control. Also, it's very easy to promote your video and encourage sharing with YouTube's built-in sharing tools. YouTube is very social and viral by nature, and the site gives you all the tools you need to actually encourage sharing. And we'll talk about that later on, because that sharing feature is very powerful. I mean, you can create a subscriber base in the millions, and each time you upload new content to YouTube, your subscribers, these are people that are subscribed to your particular channel or your network, are instantly notified of your new content, and they can go watch it. So it's almost like having your own network, like ABC, CBS. The people that are interested in what you have to share or teach or educate on, they can subscribe to you. And whenever you add new content, they instantly get it. And but lastly, because it's and because YouTube is run by Google, and Google is all about data. So guess what? YouTube offers some amazing analytics so that you can see for yourself how well people are engaging with your content. Does it make sense so far? Are you with me? So the next question becomes, are you using this incredible popular medium to reach buyers and add value to the customer experience? Are you using YouTube to market your business. Because again, the data is clear. You'd be crazy to ignore this amazing opportunity. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take a look to address some of the misconceptions surrounding video marketing in general and YouTube in particular. And there's a lot of crazy myths out there. And, with the first one, of course, being that YouTube is a waste of time. It's just silly. It's just for silly videos of cats and babies. And while of course there are a lot of cat and baby videos on YouTube, that's certainly not the extent of it. YouTube is a microcosm of the larger internet, and really the entire world. There's good, there's bad, and there's everything in between. Myth number 2 is, for YouTube marketing to work, I've got to create some kind of offbeat video that goes viral. Now, creating a viral video is just one of many strategies, and that in itself is a low percentage approach that may not complement the brand identity that you've worked hard to build. Most small businesses find success using other methods. For example, using video to educate and inform your prospects and customers. And on occasion, of course, you can use it to entertain. I mean, there's all types of videos out there, and there's a bunch of different models to follow. And we're going to talk about that in this presentation as well. Another misconception is that Facebook has made YouTube irrelevant. Now, these social media platforms are not mutually exclusive, but they're mutually supportive. And what's more, YouTube accounts for over 50% of online videos viewed. And that's according to ComScore. Now, these numbers are a little old. Facebook accounts for 0.7% of videos viewed. So it's apples and oranges, basically, not an either or situation. And finally, my business doesn't have good content for videos. No one would be interested in watching what I have. Again, this is a common trap that businesses fall into, and it's wrong. With a little imagination, I believe that every business can use YouTube to its full advantage. Now, when a business falls into this trap, they usually have this distorted picture of what their videos should look like or be about. Some glossy Hollywood style production that promotes their company. No, you don't need that. When deciding whether to roll the camera, just ask yourself this question: how can I add value to the customer experience? What's relevant to the needs, pain points, and wishes of my prospects or my customers? And when you frame it this way, the possibilities of YouTube should become much clearer to you. You don't have to have a Hollywood production, and your videos don't have to be so funny that it gets passed around via email to everybody on the planet. It doesn't have to. We shot some amazing videos using cell phones. We shot some amazing videos just standing outside without a microphone. We shot some amazing videos that have gotten some great results, and the lighting was off. It was kind of dark, So this idea that you need a Hollywood production is you don't need it. It's grossly exaggerated. So again, and we're going to talk about some of that a little bit later on in this presentation. The reality is that every business can benefit from leveraging YouTube. And I know it might sound like a stretch, but it's true. And as we go through this presentation here, I'm going to show you some reasons why and show you some examples to demonstrate the possibilities of what's possible. Fair enough? Now let's dig into the top 5 reasons that all businesses can and should use YouTube marketing for their business. And the first one, of course, there isn't a lot of competition. Very few small businesses engage in video marketing. So turning that camera on and getting started is a very easy and cost-effective way to distinguish your company from your competitors. And here I'm going to show you an example of what I mean by that. House painting can be a very lucrative business, especially in a affluent town such as Boulder, Colorado. But doing a search for Boulder house painter, as you can see here, reveals that there are no videos on the first page of Google. Now, a smart house painter could show videos of houses that they've recently painted, or they can demonstrate their expertise in using certain tools or certain types of paint. They can also use video to answer some of the common questions that people have about hiring a painter. But as you can see here, there's nothing to be found. So there is a big opportunity here to create video content on some of these topics, because these are real topics that are questions that people have. Now, the opportunity is to get search engine visibility with video while your competitors are slugging it, basically slugging it out against each other with the old boring tactics or text or writing long articles. So the video stands out, and Google loves video. And for those of you who don't know or don't remember, Google loved video so much they bought YouTube some years ago. So Google owns YouTube, and Google now typically has the tendency to show videos in their search engine results page. So YouTube can literally become a cost-effective SEO strategy. You can rank your video for certain keywords. And if you're looking to rank above the scroll line for competitive terms that you otherwise wouldn't have a shot at. So again, a lot of your competitors, businesses, are not leveraging this platform. They're not using video marketing. So this is an opportunity for you to take that. Now, here's an example of what I'm talking about. This here is another search for house painters in another town, this time La Jolla, California. And you can see the videos here in the search engine results area. And they're right at the top. And as you can see in looking at this picture here, how much more they stand out versus the other listings. So that's the power of getting a video into the search engines. You stand out. Another reason, YouTube gives you an opportunity to demonstrate your expertise, your knowledge. So demonstrating your expertise is one of the most powerful forces of persuasion there is. This strategy can be used by just about anybody, but it's perfect for professional services firms that may have thought YouTube was off limits for them. And just look at what you're doing now. You're watching this presentation. As I educate you, my authority continues to go up. My expertise is being validated as you go through this presentation. So I'm leveraging video to establish myself as an expert, as the authority on a particular topic. And it helps us create this bond where you become to know me more, like me, and hopefully trust me as a result of this presentation. And the likelihood of us doing business goes up when you have a need, whether it's for video or websites or marketing online, offline, direct mail, whatever. My authority level, expertise level goes up in your mind because I'm taking the time to educate you. So this is something that you can do right now. And what you're watching is a video. This is a different form of video. This type of video goes on YouTube. I can put it on my website, and anybody who wants to learn about YouTube marketing, they can find this video and they watch it and they learn. Now, here's an example of a law firm using YouTube to build authority by educating their viewers. Now, this lawyer will certainly stand out from the competition by establishing credibility, experience, and authority early in the customer's research process for finding a new lawyer. So this is a smart move on his part. Now, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video on YouTube is worth several thousand more. YouTube gives you an opportunity to create compelling product demonstrations to your prospects. So if you have products, you can show them how it works. You can demonstrate it. And remember the adage about showing, not telling. Demonstrating your product is one of the most powerful things you can do to ramp up sales. Once people can see that they can do it, it becomes much more believable. They get to see it in action. And, so here's a great example of the power of video to drive home a marketing message. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this Blend Tech video. It was a huge sensation on YouTube a few years ago, and it literally catapulted this company to the top of the industry. I mean, almost overnight. They have hundreds of videos showing the power of their industrial strength blenders by literally blending every physical object you can imagine. They've thrown iPhones into that blender. They've thrown computers into that blender. They've thrown golf balls, just about anything you can imagine. And that blender just ate that stuff up. So this is a fantastic way to demonstrate your products just like they did. And, they were able to take on the competition head on. Video. And these videos, were viewed in the millions of times. YouTube is a great platform for creating how-to trainings. Again, what I'm doing here, that will boost customer satisfaction and help you retain business. So if you have some complex process within your business, this is just another great way to keep your customers happy. You can show them what to do and how to do it. And, because whenever you add value to the customer experience, your company becomes stickier as customer loyalty goes up. Makes sense? Now, here's a good example of this from a restaurant and cooking school called the Mermaid Inn, and you can check them out on YouTube as well. But the executive chef takes time to show viewers how they can recreate some of their favorite recipes at home. So it's simple stuff, and it doesn't have to be Hollywood slick. You can pull out the cell phone and accomplish the same thing. So those were some good examples of how other businesses are using YouTube to their advantage. And I hope that they spark some ideas for you and your business. And, and I want to, I'm going to show you one more thing. I just want to, back in the day, see if I can slide this over. I had a website up called the Free Magic School, freemagicschool.com. And basically I was teaching people how to do magic tricks. Made some videos, and as you can see, this is back in 2007 when I first started learning how to do video. Lighting was off, wasn't the greatest, but hey, I put it out there. But what I want you to see here is the number of views that this video had, 3.6 million views. And basically what I did, I would show a trick, and I didn't show them how to do it. But at the end of the video, I would say something to the effect of, if you would like to learn how to do the trick that I just showed you, go to my website at www.freemagicschool.com and leave your name and email address, and I'll email you the training video showing you how to do what I just did, or something to that effect. So as you can see here, 3.6 million views, and that's just from one video. And this video here, another 2 million views. Between those two, we're looking at nearly 5.5 million, almost 6 million views. And I was able to direct all that traffic to my website. Didn't cost me anything. And guess what happened? They went to a page, and let me show you. I've since sold this website to a guy, and I sold this some years ago, but I'm going to show you what we did. We drove them to a page. Let me pause this here. I don't know if you can see this. Bear with me because I want you to see how this works. We weren't driving millions of people to the site for no purpose. So they would watch a video and they would leave their name and an email address. And this is what we call an autoresponder. Once they put their name and email address in and hit this subscribe button, it automatically sent them an email addressing them by their first name. It would say, "Hi, John, this is Cartes from Free Magic School. As promised, here's the video tutorial where I want to show you how to do this trick, blah, 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 blah." And then after that, I had a sequence of emails written up, and for the next couple of months, they were automatically receiving emails from me. It seemed as if I wrote them because I'm addressing them by name, and I'm sending them a bunch of new tricks every day. And guess what? We're selling other stuff to these folks as well, because a relationship was being built. A relationship was being nurtured. So I didn't just run them to my website, but I ran them to the website for the sole purpose of collecting their contact details so that I can continue to follow up with them on a regular basis, and so that I can sell them other stuff. And that's what you do. This is lead generation in its basic form. And we built the list in the millions, and we sold a lot of product, So, again, hopefully this sparked some ideas and it shows you what you can do. That's just one model, so there's a bunch. So now let's move on and talk about the 7 specific steps you can take to ensure your YouTube marketing success. Step number 1, start with keyword research. What's your target market searching for when they go to YouTube? Find this out, and you'll have an instant insight into what kind of content you should create. Simple. Step 2, you'll want to make sure to incorporate those keywords that you find from your research. You want to incorporate those keywords into the video itself. So YouTube gives you the opportunity to write out a title for your video. They give you the opportunity to write out a description, and you can even use keywords when you name the file of the video file name. Now, all of these suggestions play a role, an important part in ensuring that your video ranks as high as possible in the search engines. After all, people still search using keywords. So not only are they using keywords in Google, but they're also using keywords in YouTube as well. Third, as a rule, keep your videos short, typically between 2 to 5 minutes. Keep it relevant. Keep it relevant to your audience's needs, their wants, their interests, their desires, and keep it simple. Again, you aren't trying to win an Oscar. No need to overdo it on the production value. And people have very short attention spans anyway, so don't make them too long. Now, I do have plenty of videos that run 30 minutes, 60 minutes, an hour and a half. I even have one that's gone a couple of hours, but that's not the norm. But for those of you all that are just getting started, keep it short. Keep it short. And there's some great third-party platforms or software that you can use to track. And YouTube has its own analytics. You can track and watch and view the data, letting you know how many people are watching your video to the end. It'll let you know where they're dropping off. If you're losing people midway through, then hey, maybe I need to go in and fix something or redo that part of the video. So again, use the data and the resources and tools that they give you. Fourth, include specific calls to action when appropriate. If you want your viewers to do something specific as a result of watching your video, for example, maybe you want them to visit your website or share the video with a friend, whatever, ask them to do it at the end of your video. And that's one of the things that allowed us to drive millions of visitors over to our websites, was because at the end we were telling them to go. We were telling them to go to the website. We were telling them to sign up and, put their name and email address in the box, hit the send button, and we were very specific. Everything you do, even if you're running advertisements in the magazine or print ads, you want to have very specific call to action. A lot of people don't do that. You got to tell these folks what to do and where to go. Next, use other social media channels such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to promote your videos. Again, these different channels don't exist in isolation. They should be leveraged to get the most value from each of them. They all play a supportive role in getting your message out. Next, don't post and run. If you're creating content in a competitive vertical or niche, you can't expect to just create the content and have it ranked number 1 in Google overnight. Ain't gonna happen. Be sure to budget some time to optimize your video for search engine visibility and invest in a SEO process like you would for your website if you hope to get the videos highly ranked. While this stuff is simple, there's a lot of small things that all work together to get these videos ranked high within YouTube, as well as getting them ranked in the search engines as well. Finally, keep at it. Make several videos. Don't make just one, but make it a habit to create content on a regular basis. You should create a YouTube page or channel for your company and treat it as your own channel. Fill it up with compelling content on a regular basis. And let me show you another example. I have this site here where we teach people how to start their own t-shirt business. And this is one of many videos on my T-Shirt Riches channel. So I have a channel. Let's see here. Let me open that up. And as you can see, it's not the most prettiest header graphic. You know, it's just something that let me see where it happened here. It's just a simple channel. But what you'll see here is that we have videos. What you'll see here, it is to tell you, hey, we have 21,000 subscribers to this channel. So I have a separate channel exclusively for my website, T-Shirt Riches. And this is a website where we teach people how to start their own T-shirt business. I had some experience where we were selling millions of dollars worth of T-shirts on the internet starting back in 2000, 1999. And I took my expertise and I put together a course where we teach other people how to start their own T-shirt biz. And so guess what? On YouTube, we have all these videos teaching different things about the T-shirt business startup process. And at the end of the video, what do you think we do? We close it out with, hey, if you'd like to learn more about starting your own T-shirt business, go to our website at www.tshirtriches.com, and they get the opportunity to get my free 5-part T-shirt business startup training. And we have a course on the back end that we sell for about $879. So again, this traffic is free. Doesn't cost me a dime. But, as you can see here, we upload videos to my channel. And every time I add a new video, guess what? All 21,000 subscribers are notified. In other words, these people subscribe to my channel because they want content. They want to know more about starting a T-shirt business. And as long as I continue to provide content related to starting a T-shirt business, they will consume and watch it. And the more videos I create and the more emails I send out to them automatically, the more our relationship is built and the more likely they are to buy my products, my courses. So, this thing, so again, continue to create content regularly and create a channel. You can have your own channel for your business on YouTube, and it doesn't cost anything. Make sense? Okay, so that's the 7 tips for YouTube marketing success. Now, and we're just about done here, but in this next section, I'm going to answer some of the commonly asked questions about YouTube for business. These are some of the common questions that I've got asked over the years. So if you don't see your question here and you have a question, email it to us. I'm going to include our email contact details at the end here, but email us. I'm more than glad to answer any questions you have about this because I know it can be intimidating for many people, but email us and we'll get right back to you. Question number 1. This is a common question. Do I need to hire a professional production team to create my videos? The short answer is no. It's not necessary because it's not essential that you create a Hollywood production. In fact, I think creating Hollywood quality production style videos will actually hurt your viewership. These are regular folks looking at these videos, and the more polished it is, it looks much more like a commercial. So there is a time and a place for that. Now, if you're an attorney, you might want to have a more polished, professionally created video. But if you run a bakery and you want to engage, you might not necessarily need to do that. In fact, as I said earlier, lower production values can be a great asset. And believe it or not, spending too much money producing the video is more of a problem than spending too little. And as I just said, if you look too slick, it may actually work against you. Most YouTube, and this is the majority, most YouTube videos are shot with a $300 camera. $300 camera. You could spend $100,000 on a video, but ain't many more people going to see it. And that's just the reality. Makes sense? Another frequently asked question is, what kind of equipment do I need to create my videos? Again, nothing fancy, nothing expensive. These days, many of us have point and shoot cameras, smartphones, particularly your iPhones. iPhones are putting together, are creating some very good quality video, and people are shooting professional videos with iPhones nowadays. So even a webcam would do the trick for you, So you can edit your movie, add titles and effects, scrub out recording flubs with free programs like Max, iMovie, or Windows Movie Maker. I mean, a lot of folks are doing some amazing things with the free software that's already on your computer. So you can find really inexpensive video cameras and microphones online or on Best Buy, Amazon, and something that we highly recommend is a software called Camtasia or ScreenFlow, which is what I'm using right now to create this, to record this presentation here. That software lets you record whatever is happening on your computer screen. That's why I can pull my website up over here and it's recording. So again, you don't need a lot of high-end fancy equipment. Use your cell phone. Go out and pick up a point and shoot camera like this here that you see on the screen. This was very popular when they first came out some years ago, the flip video camera. People are shooting HD videos with those DSLR cameras, Canon. Again, you can get some nice cameras that take pictures and record video, HD video, for about $300 to $400. What about another question here, what about other video sharing platforms like Vimeo and iTunes? Creating a video podcast and publishing it on iTunes is a great option, though it requires a little more savvy than the YouTube route. Vimeo doesn't allow free video sharing for commercial purposes. But a few years ago, they launched Vimeo Pro, which is a paid service. I believe it's like $199 a year that lets businesses take advantage of Vimeo's design platform or hosting platform. So it's certainly fine to take advantage of these different platforms. The more places you can get your content distributed, the better. But if you if you have limited time and resources, do YouTube. No other platform has the reach. The users are not as engaged. There's not as many of them as they are on YouTube. The other ones don't even compare. And if you like to get your content out to the masses, YouTube is the place to go. In no way, I use Vimeo as well regularly. And I also have a paid hosting service, video hosting service with another company called Wistia, because there are some times when I want a professionally hosted video on my site where I don't want ads showing up on my videos when people are watching. So when I want more control, I use the paid services. Next question, how should you promote your videos? Leverage other social media platforms, just like we discussed earlier. If you're on Facebook, you need to be putting that video out on Facebook, posting a link to the video. Include video links in your e-newsletter, include links to your video or your YouTube channel in your email signature, embed videos on your website. YouTube gives you embed code so the video can play on your website. And, so that's it. Just leverage social media. Leverage what you already got. And if you want to get a little more serious, You can take advantage of a feature in YouTube that allows you to promote your videos, which is to pay to have them show up when people search for certain terms. Again, this is another great advertising platform. You can see in this screenshot that the videos on the right are promoted videos. They're paying to be there. So this is effectively the paid advertising video, advertising vehicle for YouTube. Another question is, should I build a network on YouTube? And the answer is absolutely yes. Remember, YouTube is considered a social network, just like Facebook. Be sure to engage with your viewers. They will ask questions. They will post comments. You need to engage with them. You're the content creator. You need to be engaging, or somebody on your staff need to be engaging. The last thing you want to do is have people asking hundreds of questions and nobody's answering it. So by doing that, by engaging, you'll create relationships that are more likely to share your videos with other viewers, which just means more visibility for your business. Make sense? Now, great question here. How can I create a compelling video? You don't have to be, the next, there's so many YouTube superstars and famous people online, but, rely on your specific expertise and industry knowledge. As you can see here, I'm not trying to pretend to be anybody else. I'm not trying to be super funny. I'm just trying to get this content over to you in a manner in which you can understand. If you can talk about it, you can create a video about it. Focus on creating videos that are helpful, valuable, and relevant to your prospects and clients. You know their needs, so create videos that address those needs. Your videos don't have to be pure entertainment. Once you get that in your mind, once you understand that, it's a game changer. You're a business owner. People are buying your products and services for whatever reason. And, most of the time put it this way, consumers are much more savvier now than they were pre-internet, So, the internet allows consumers to go online and research. So our consumers now are spending more time researching, looking for answers before they make purchasing decisions or buying decisions. A lot of these consumers are investigating and researching weeks and months in advance before they buy. So your goal here is just to help them by providing the content that's going to help them come to a decision. That's essentially what you're doing. So your videos don't have to be pure entertainment. In a more professional context, your content may consist of how-tos, answers to frequently asked questions, and or expert interviews. Interviews are great. Have somebody interview you, so that will be completely compelling enough to the right audience. Don't try and be funny. If you're having to try and be funny, it probably ain't gonna come out right. How do I make my video findable? How can I get my video found? Again, start with a good title that includes your keywords in the first few words. One common approach is to add a colon after your initial keywords and rephrase your title for maximum effect. Again, this stuff changes. For example, your video on saving money for college might be in the headline, college savings plan, or college savings plans, the 529 plan and your child. Create a good lengthy description that starts with a URL. I would put a URL. Let me see if I can bring that page back up. Well, I'm I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to stay. But at the beginning of YouTube videos in the description field, there's an opportunity for you to write a description. And what you'll find, many people will put a link to their website at the beginning of that description, and then they will write out a detailed description. And when you write out your description, you want to be as descriptive and keyword focused as possible. Now, don't go overboard with the keywords, within reason. Don't overdo it. You don't want to appear to be spamming the system with a bunch of words, but, just write out a detailed description. That includes a keyword or two. And at the bottom, they give you the field called tags, where you can put in your keywords related to the content of the video. And between that, you can generally get found pretty quickly in YouTube. So following these steps will help you get found easier and easily by the people that are searching for you. And I think we are at the end, and I just want to make one important point. Don't be daunted by YouTube. It's an amazing platform. It's an amazing resource for businesses, and you have the means to leverage it. You really do. Trust me on that. You can always come to us for help with your YouTube or other online marketing needs, and we're here to help. And that's a wrap. If you have questions, email them to us, support@webmediaparkway.com. Depending on where you're watching this video at, if you're not watching it from our site, please visit our site to learn more about how we can help you use the internet, leverage online marketing, use YouTube to market, grow your business. And that's www.webmediaparkway.com. And again, we're here to help. Email us anything you have. And I think I'm going to go take a break and go jump in the ocean and go swimming. So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.